Hi. Okay, so I'm going to do a book talk about Sarah Dessen and some of her books and some of the subjects that come up in her books. So a few that I have focused on are That Summer, Just Listen, and Along for the Ride. Sarah Dessen has a really great young adult voice that really shines through in her books and really makes them relatable to young readers and adults. Her books are primarily geared toward female readers just because she writes from the perspective and experience of a female, but they're loved by young adults and adults alike because they appeal to young adults, mostly because they're going through the experiences right now, or they're about to, and so they're kind of looking forward to that. They're looking for guidance, and they're looking for comfort in the fact that someone else has gone through them too. And they're really great for adults because adults can look back on their own experiences and kind of laugh at the things that happen that are similar to what happened to them, and just kind of remember those times in high school and just growing up and being an adolescent and all the changes that come with that. So basically young adults and adults share that common link of the adolescent experience, and that's what Sarah tries to hit on in her books. All of her books focus on a female main character who is caught up in some sort of big trouble or struggle, and such as as Auden in Along for the Ride, she struggles to cope with her parents' divorce and her father getting remarried, and she also lives with insomnia because of these problems. So it's kind of you get to experience that with her, like staying up all night, what it feels like to be an insomniac. And maybe as a reader you have experienced that too, so that's something you can kind of go through with her. And then Ruby in Lock and Key, she is struggling to just change her whole life around because her childhood was just full of having an alcoholic and a mother who was most of the time not even around, and so it was just her and her sister. And so now she gets this opportunity once her mom leaves her to just start over again with her sister and her sister's husband. So she gets all these new opportunities that she didn't have before, which is really cool. And then Annabelle in Just Listen, she's struggling to deal with the emotional baggage of rape and having a sister that struggles with anorexia. So that's something that those are kind of issues that are common today and in the past and with the adolescent experience. So that's just something that readers can kind of relate to, whether they've gone through it or they know someone else has gone through it. And then Haven in That Summer, she is struggling with many changes. Her sister is moving out and getting remarried, so it's that whole losing your sister and growing up, facing all those changes. And then her parents got divorced and her father just got remarried. So she's got a lot going on, and she's just, she's really tall and she's struggling with her height issues and just not feeling like she's fitting in. So those are all issues that just big changes in your life, whether you're on the verge of a big change or you're going through it right now. Like, that's basically what Sarah tries to focus on in her book. So basically, Sarah Dessen hits on a lot of issues that are present in the lives of adolescents today, so that girls can relate to the situation, whether they're in it themselves or they know someone who is. So I'm going to do just a short book talk on Just Listen. So basically you have Annabelle, who is a model, who seems perfect to everyone else, but on the outside she seems like she has it all going for her. She's doing commercials for, she's like starring as the all-around good girl, back to school, cheerleader, has all the friends. But something happens in the summer before she actually starts school, and she loses her best friend. And so throughout the whole book, you're trying to figure out what was so bad that happened that her best friend Sophie is now ignoring her and turning all the rest of her friends against her. So basically, Annabelle goes back to school with no friends, no group to eat lunch with, and so she's just struggling in that area, the social area. And so she starts eating lunch with this guy named Owen, who is also he's a graduate of anger management, and so he's kind of like the bad boy, or just misunderstood and kind of feared by all the students. Just they kind of stay away from him. So, of course, Annabelle has really no one else to go to because she doesn't have any friends anymore. So she gets to know him better, and she discovers that he is like this big music guru, and he does his own radio show on Sunday mornings, and I mean, he loves everything from like classical to techno to all of that, like modern weird stuff, and he enjoys talking about this with Annabelle, and so that kind of brings them close. And so he really opens up her world to music and to being more open and understanding. So he also has this quirk where he always tells the truth, which doesn't always sit well with Annabelle just because she's really blunt about a lot of things, and sometimes she doesn't really feel like telling him the whole truth, so she feels bad about that. But it's these sort of situations that really encourage the readers to look beyond someone's appearance or reputation and to really get to know them, because they'll really surprise you and it'll probably make you a better person coming out on the end and being more open and understanding. So that is Annabelle and her friend Owen. And so then Annabelle's got these other problems at home going on. So her mom has always really been into her modeling, but lately Annabelle doesn't really feel that into it anymore. So she's trying to figure out when's the best time to tell her mom that she doesn't want to model anymore, and she just really doesn't want to hurt her mom's feelings. So the main character's relationship with their parents in all of Sarah Dessen's books always seem to hit on something, whether the relationship is severed by divorce or abuse, or the main character is simply just struggling to grow up and cut off ties with their parents. And then on top of that, Annabelle has a sister named Whitney who is diagnosed with an eating disorder. So that kind of puts a strain on the whole family. She's anorexic, and she has to be under constant supervision and counseling. And so Annabelle has to grow up watching her sister battle this disease, and so there's a lot of setbacks in their relationship, but you see throughout the book that their relationship does grow through that. So there are a lot of adolescent issues packed into this book, and there are a lot of issues that adolescents today go through at home, at school, with their friends, with boys. So these are just some of the issues that Sarah Dessen focuses on in her books. Overall, her books are really great beach reads and good for just, a relaxing, fun book to read. I personally think they're like comfort food because they just make you feel good. It's good to know that you have others who've experienced the same hard times and embarrassing moments and crazy adventures that you have. So it's fun to put yourself in someone else's shoes too for a while and just live through someone else's adolescent experience. So pick up a Sarah Dessen book and get reading.